In my 20 years playing this game, and in all the years before, I've never, ever cheated the game. And I would never take it for granted.
Here comes
Every time I step foot on the floor, I'm going to give it everything.
1 second for the win. LeBron James delivers.
When the season ended, I said I wasn't sure if I was going to keep playing. The real question for me is, can I play without cheating this game?
LeBron for the record. He's got it. He's got it.
The day I can't give the game everything on the floor is the day I'll be done. Lucky for you guys, that day is not today.
I appreciate the King, but as you just heard, LeBron James isn't done yet. On the 21st media day of his career, LeBron James caught up for an exclusive interview with our own Dave McMenamin. Take a listen.
You're coming off a season where you averaged close to 29. Mm-hmm. What's going to allow you this year to sustain that level of success?
Well, for me, it's all about my health and in my mindset. You know, if I'm able to keep my mind fresh, I think, you know, however your mind is, or you know, everything else falls into place. So, you know, keeping my mind fresh, keeping it in tune, keeping it intact for the marathon will allow my body to perform after that. So, if I'm on the floor, I know I can perform at a high level. So, you know, just that's what it's about.
When we last saw you, you weren't so fresh, right? The end of last season, it was taxing physically, it was taxing mentally.
Yep.
What allowed you to get back into the space where you're like, you know what, I got more left in the tank?
Well, I knew I had, you know, a lot left in the tank, but it was just, you know, was I still willing to put the work in, you know? And if I ever get to a point where I feel like I'm cheating the game, or I don't put the work in, or I'm not showing up for my workouts, or I'm not getting to the arena early to get ready for games, things of that nature, then, you know, then I start to question myself. So, but I think the most inspiring thing I had this summer was just being around my boys and my little girl, being around my wife a lot, and just locking in on my family, and they just continue to inspire me. You know, being able to coach Bryce's team down at Peach Jam in Augusta, Georgia, give me some inspiration. Being around Bronny, seeing him you know, go to USC, and obviously before the unfortunate event, but just seeing him, you know, continue to climb as a young man, and then, you know, my daughter now being, you know, she's playing volleyball now too, so she inspired me as well. So that just gave me even more, you know, confidence that I know I could keep it going because they inspire me so much.
We're all happy to hear that Bronny's health is moving in the up and up.
Absolutely.
You said you're going to dedicate this season to him.
Yeah.
How will that manifest itself?
I think it's going to manifest itself in just the way, you know, the man above is playing it, you know, and, you know, the kid inspired me so much. To see the way he had to go through this summer, to see where he is today, is nothing short of remarkable. Probably one of the strongest people I've ever been around. And, you know, like I said, I dedicate this season to Bronny just because I've seen everything he had to endure this summer to where he is today. So playing for him.
For the first time in your Laker tenure since you had AD as a teammate, your contracts aren't aligned. He goes beyond you now. Mm-hmm. How has he set up his time with this franchise to potentially be the next face, maybe when you're no longer on the court with the Lakers?
I mean, he is the face, you know, and he's another. You know, you look at all these numbers that surround this facility, all the greats that's come here, and AD is one of them. You know, so you know, I was very happy and extremely proud, and like just super dope to see him get that extension, to be a part of this franchise for years and years and years, and it's been a treat so far playing alongside of him, and I hope we can do some great things.
LeBron is still making it clear that he has a ton left in the tank. Perk, I want to know, year 21, what are your expectations for LeBron and the Lakers?
Well, you know what? LeBron is going to be Bron. We need to stop with year 21. He's still going to go out there and do his thing. Expectations for the Lakers is getting back to the conference finals. I believe that they could do it. Now, if they go beyond that, it's going to be on the guy's shoulders that LeBron just said. He just answered the question and said Anthony Davis is the face of this team. So with that being said, it's time for him to take over. He is the guy that is in the middle of his prime, a top 5 talent. They did a great job in the offseason of putting the pieces or bringing the pieces back and add more. The Lakers have it. They have it to make it to the conference finals. at minimum.
But let's stick in the West here. Back in June, Grizzlies All-Star Ja Morant was suspended for the first 25 games of this season for conduct detrimental to the league. And today at Media Day, Grizzlies general manager Zach Kleiman, he told reporters that Ja will actually practice and travel with the team during the suspension, which is new. So now welcoming in our ESPN reporter who covers all things Western Conference, Tim McMahon, who is in Memphis as we speak. What more can you tell us, Tim, about this situation with Ja Morant while he is suspended and what he is allowed to do?
Yeah, Malika, there's been dialogue between the league office and the Grizzlies management really for weeks now, coming to this conclusion. And this is typical for a suspension, but it's not the way that it went during Ja's last suspension when he was away from the team, when he was in Florida for a week and a half at a counseling facility, and then did not rejoin the team until the suspension ended, missed another game, getting his legs back under him. He will practice with the team, but he's not going to practice with the starters. He's basically going to be scout team throughout training camp, the preseason, into the season, because Taylor Jenkins has to get this team ready to play 25 games without Ja Morant. Their hope is he will continue taking the steps necessary to be eligible to return on game 26, but the announcement of the suspension specified that he would not be available or allowed to participate in any, quote, public activities. That does not include practices, shoot-arounds, and traveling with the team.
Win as much game as possible, try to have fun during the period. Go get the opportunity to win another one. Probably that's going to be the next step for us. Like Jamal said, why not win again?
Last season is over, historic in nature, 47 years in the making, but we have a new responsibility. And if we're serious about being a team that can repeat, if we're serious about trying to be a team that can be a dynasty, we have to bring our best every single day, starting tomorrow in practice. So, I don't want to live in the past. I want to live for today. I want to live for tomorrow. And that's going to take a lot of hard work. And hopefully our guys are up for that.
Hey, Perk, I just heard the word dynasty. I'm going to try and rein you in here for 24 seconds on the clock. What do you think about what Mike Malone just said?
You know what? I love Mike Malone and the message he sent, because the championship run again to repeats does start tomorrow, but it's not going to happen for the simple fact that I don't feel like it's going to be a repeat for the next 10 years from no team. So sorry, Denver Nugget fans. Y'all had a good one.
All right. Enough of that, Perk. Let's pivot to the last team to repeat, the Warriors. Here is Chris Paul joining up with Golden State.
You know, for me, I actually had an opportunity in 2008 to come off the bench for the Olympic team. You know what I mean? And that went pretty well. And I think anybody who knows me knows that I'm all about winning. You know what I mean? Whatever I can do to help our team win. So I know coaching us, we're going to talk about it and see what it looks like. We've been hooping all summer, and I think, for the season, it's going to be whatever to help our team win. And I think I've at least tried to show or proven that my entire career. So.
All right, 24 seconds on the shot clock. Raj, you get it. Tell me, is this the right mindset for Chris Paul?
Well, he's saying, I'm going to do whatever it takes for the team to win. It's the right mindset. It's also the right thing to say. It's media day. We're the headline. We're so stuck on, is he going to start or come off the bench? The better question is he going to make impact? Whatever that role is. And I think Chris is smart enough, savvy enough to understand that that's what matters most. I like the answer.
Okay, that's fair. But he's played 1,000 games in his career, and he has never come off the bench. So we will see. All right, time's up. Let's keep it to the West. There is plenty of questions down in New Orleans about Zion. Listen up.
The thing that I think is important is CJ and Brandon throughout their careers have always employed people on their own. Take care of their nutrition. They're doing 2-a-days. When they practice with us, they'll be working with their own people at night. And they're really vested and invested in their profession. And this was the first summer where we've seen Zion really take his profession seriously like that.
Wanted me to give a scouting report on myself. What I worked on was being unguardable.
Well, we hope that he can be on the court and be unguardable. Zach Lowe, you've got 24 seconds on the clock. What are your expectations for Zion this year?
If he plays 55, 60 games, I think he'll make an all-NBA team. If he gets to 65, I should say. And the Pelicans can be a playoff team. But boy, oh boy, David Griffin not mincing words with that first offseason. He took it seriously like that. That one made my head go like this a little bit. The Pelicans are done treating Zion with kid gloves, I guess.
Well, it's about time, Zach, because you know what? It's been forever. But from one pick to another number one pick, let's check in on the first NBA Media Day for Victor Wembanyama.
All my expectations are really to learn how to win as quick as possible, you know, because there's people, I mean, everyone here except the rookies is more experienced than me. So I got a whole lot to learn, and I can just turn to whoever, really. Even the guys who have just 2-3 years in this league, I know they get good advice from me, and they have already proven it in those past months. And it's, you know, I'm just really excited, happy to be here.
Let me say this. I am so excited to be on the call for his first game of the year. Me, JJ, Ryan, we are going to be in San Antonio against Dallas. The environment is going to be electric. I cannot wait to see the impact that this man has on both sides of the ball. I'm not saying all-star. I'm not saying anything. For me, I just am excited to watch this journey.
NBA,